All right. Hello and welcome to Be Real. Um, so this is the Be Real show that is typically myself, Stephanie Keenan Ray, and Dr. Allie. Dr. Allie is a little busy today. She had some people in town, plus she's just not feeling 100%. So I am going to be here tonight just by myself talking about allergies and some natural solutions we can use to deal with them. Um, I don't know about you guys, but up here in New England, the allergies this season are killer. Like, just insane. I have not had a season like this in a very long time. The other day, I was at my son's soccer game and it was just snowing pollen on me. And by the time I got back to my work after his game, my eyes were all puffy and it was a challenge. And I like to try to address things as naturally as possible. Occasionally, on a really bad day, I will take um, some allergy medicine, but I try to limit that as much as possible. Usually, I take one that's like a children's um, medicine so that it's not quite as much because I'm pretty sensitive. But there are a lot of things that I've found really help. And some of them are like just simple things, obviously cleaning, trying to reduce the pollen and dust that builds up in our houses, maybe closing windows on the really high pollen days um, and things like that. I tend, once the weather is good, I want to keep the windows open no matter what. So I'm not really good at shutting windows, but I will try to clean as, when I can. But something I found that's really helpful is showering at night so that you're really cleansing and rinsing off any pollen that's on your body, helping your body feel like cleaner for a little while. And then another thing that I like to do is to do a sinus rinse. So I do have a neti pot, which I use, but also just this, I love this, Zarbee's nasal mist. It's just a saline mist with a little vitamin C, and you just kind of like spray it up your nose and kind of like flush everything out. So I like to kind of spritz it, give a blow, spritz again. And I find that really helps. I use that both on my son and myself. This is something we use during cold season to kind of keep everything, boost the immunity, keep our noses clean. And it's just a faster version than the neti pot sometimes. So that is very helpful. Also, staying hydrated is key. So drinking our water, being dehydrated, when our body is dehydrated, our body actually produces more histamine, which is that thing that causes those allergic reactions in our body systems. And everybody reacts differently to our allergies, right? So I have noticed lately, for me, it's been a lot of like, I get like ruddiness, redness in my skin, right in my T-zone area. I have a certain little spot where I get hives. This has been something that's popped up more recently for my body, just in general. Um, and so I've noticed a lot more skin sensitivities for myself. And then obviously the itchy eyes, runny nose, things of that nature. So staying hydrated really helps reduce the natural histamine that's created in our body. And then that will help reduce any allergic reactions. So super important to drink your water, but also you could consume foods that have more higher water contents. So cucumbers, berries, soups, like broth soups, things that are going to help boost that natural hydration in our bodies. So that's very helpful. Another thing is to really boost our immune system, which is also going to help fight any allergy issues. It seems like having a good immune system and good gut. Really, I mean, we all know it's so vital to overall health and wellness, but it helps on so many levels. It reduces that inflammation in our bodies, which also will reduce that histamine reaction and helps combat. So vitamin C, you can have vitamin C supplements. You could, make sure they're high quality. You can eat it in oranges and cantaloupe, adding a little lemon juice to your water, or apple cider vinegar has got a great amount of vitamin C in it. So whether it's like an apple cider vinegar kombucha, or making a vinaigrette with the apple cider vinegar, or even adding a little teaspoon to some water and drinking that, that can help boost our vitamin C, which will boost our immune system and help support our bodies. Another thing that I love is, as you may know, Dr. Allie is a beekeeper. My dad is a beekeeper. So honey is kind of big in our world, and using honey, there's been a couple studies. There's one study that I was reading where it really helps boost our immune system, our gut health, and reduce that overall inflammation. So that's, a key thing in general for overall health and wellness. But another study found, it was looking at whether it really helps, honey can really help with fighting allergies and reducing that reaction. And it found that you have to take it for a while. You can't just be taking a spoonful of honey and thinking it's going to help on the first shot. You honestly have to go about 8 weeks. Before the study that I was reading said that after 4 weeks, they didn't see any differences. But if they continued to about 8 or more weeks of taking like a spoonful of honey every day, it really helped improve their allergies. And what it is it's the way I've understood it is that it helps build up your reaction to those natural pollens that are in your area, which is another reason why it's super important to be consuming honey that's from a local beekeeper, because the local honey is going to have the pollens that are in your area. So here in New England, we have very different pollens than out in California where Dr. Allie is. So super important that we're taking the local honey, consuming that, and boosting our bodies. Because if you're just consuming something from, who knows where, it's not necessarily going to help you in the way as far as taking care of sensitivities to allergens. Another thing I was reading about is there's, I don't know how to say this word, quercetins. I think I'm saying it right. It's quercetin, and it's an antihistamine that's actually present in some food types. So onions, garlic, broccoli, apples, berries, leafy greens, and honey are some examples of this. So if you consume these foods, especially regularly, but even maybe a little bit more than you might not typically. Again, it's one of those build-up things, but it could help you with your allergens naturally. So that is kind of cool and exciting that there's so many foods and natural ways to boost our health and wellness, especially when it comes to these seasonal allergies that arise. And then as an essential oil person, I love using my doTERRA oils. doTERRA has a supplement. Sorry, I am terrible at showing things. Here we go. doTERRA has a really great soft gel. This is a soft gel. See, I'm terrible at showing you guys the camera. I always go the wrong way. There we go. So Tri-Ease is super cool. It's basically a little soft gel. I'm going to show you one. See, like that. That is just a couple drops of lemon, a couple drops of lavender, and a peppermint, all in this little soft gel. And you just take one, I take like one a day if I need it, And this is like my first go-to on a really bad day. And then if this doesn't do the job, which 9 times out of 10 it will, I will then take medicine. Or like I tend to, if I'm going to take a real medicine, I take it at night because it's usually when I'm like trying to sleep and my eyes are just totally irritated and frustrated and everything. And if when I do take a proper medicine, it's one that stays in your body for 24 hours. So that would be when and why I would take that. But with the oils, I will take the soft gel. I also will put that lemon, lavender, and peppermint in the diffuser. My first line of defense is usually lemon, lavender, peppermint in the diffuser. So I usually do about 3 drops lemon, 3 drops lavender, and 1 drop peppermint. Get that diffuser going and just have it to support our systems, because when we inhale those oils, it's going to really support our bodies. The lavender is a natural antihistamine. So it's going to calm the histamine, calm that reaction, soothe things. The lemon is a cleanser. It cleanses, it clears. It really helps support our lungs and our respiratory. And then the peppermint, cooling, soothing, but also very calming as well. And just the 3 of them together is magic for really helping deal with the sensitivities that come with seasonal distress. And then what I do is I can take a soft gel, I will diffuse. I also have those 3 oils in a roller ball, and I just roll it right on my chest. And I also will put it on my hand and breathe in super deep. Opens everything up. That peppermint opens things up, calms things down. I will rub it into my neck and the back of my ears. You know how like sometimes you get that sensitivity right here when everything's just cloggy. Sometimes I kind of tap it into this area or my forehead. Just really helps calm things down and open things up. The peppermint, again, also opens up the airways as well. So really supportive and wonderful for our bodies that way. And then the final thing that sometimes if I'm really feeling clogged and congested, I will use the Breathe. Dang it. There we go. I'm so challenged when it comes to this camera thing. This Breathe stick is really great as well for massaging onto the chest and opening your airways and helping you breathe better. doTERRA is very creative with their names. They basically name it like it is. Like, what does it do? It helps you breathe. So yeah, I love this one. The other thing I've found, and this sounds so weird, but the Distressand blend, which has all the digestive herbs in it, like fennel and ginger, peppermint. If you take a drop and you kind of tap it and massage it into your sinus bones here and up here, and then just kind of inhale it, it magically opens your sinuses. Like, it's magic. I cannot even explain why those particular herbs do that, but it's so amazing and it works really well. So if you're really congested and get a sinusy tension and just clogging, that will really help open things up. So those are my natural solutions that I love to rely on. Again, with the oils, I always start with diffusing because for the most part, I typically have very minor reactions to seasonal distresses. But lately it's been pretty brutal. And so then when it is a bad day, you just up the game a little bit. Maybe we take a soft gel, maybe we roll some oils on our body. The beauty of having a roller bottle with us is we can take it to go. When you're on the road or something or going to work, you can reapply as needed or inhale it and just snip it, because when you inhale the oils, they're small enough molecular structure, they do actually get into our bodies. So you don't even have to topically put them on our bodies. The essential oils are still getting into our bloodstream and helping our bodies. So those are some of my little tips and tricks for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Next week, hopefully Allie will be with me and we can chat more. I think our plan is to talk about bees. As I said, she's a beekeeper and we want to share what she does and why she does what she does, and how she is helping educate people on bees. So that is one thing. If you are curious about oils and you need any assistance getting products like these, please comment, message me. I can help you out. I can show you um, how to get oils, and I can also do a wellness consult with you so that we can discuss what your concerns are and how oils may be able to support your body. And I can make suggestions and even share some specific blends with you and things that you can make on your own. Or if you're not a do-it-yourselfer, I can help you with that as well. So please give a little like and comment and share if you enjoyed this video. And if you need any help, any assistance, please comment and I would love to help you. All right. Have a wonderful day. Happy Monday. It's a gorgeous day here in New England. I hope you're enjoying it, and we will chat with you soon.